Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This week we got something special for you guys. This is gonna be my first time doing a art tutorial. Haven't done one of those ever, so bear with me. I really want to do this more often, and not only does it help you guys out, but it also helps me in practicing and showing you guys what I've been practicing, so we can get right into it. This is my second time doing this video. As you can see, the picture on screen is my first attempt at doing this, but everything was off. I don't know. It recorded messed up, and I don't know. It wasn't good. This one is gonna be good though, because we figured out all of our problems. I digress. All right, so first step in this process is going to be to draw a circle. So we'll go ahead and get a circle down first. The circle doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to be a circle. All right, once we got our circle down, we're going to draw a line right down the middle of the circle. So we'll go ahead and do like that. And the cross, when you come across like this, it needs to be pretty symmetrical. Now, all faces are different, so you will change this up as you go. I would change this picture a billion times before the end of this, but this is about more like about guidelines for you to make it easier and quicker to get your front-facing characters done. So after we got our first cross there, we're going to go ahead and let's just cut off just the edges on the left and the right side. Alright, so after you cut off those edges, you're gonna go ahead and make it a box. Like I said, this doesn't need to be perfect, but it is gonna let us know where things should be. Alright, so now that we've got our box on the inside and somewhat symmetrical bars here, you're gonna go ahead and make yourself another bar at the bottom and then another bar at the top, okay? This is gonna kind of give us like where the top of the hair can be. Sometimes that changes. The way that I like to do my faces, the hair doesn't usually go up that far, and neither does the chin go that far down, but it's still a great starting place for you. So after you finish those parts, you pretty much got your guideline down. So we're gonna number these 1, 2, 3, and 4. This will kind of just let me tell you what bar we're on or what line we're on a little bit easier. So in line number 3 is where I usually like to start, and I do that because the nose will let you know where everything else is gonna be, so it's a great place to start. So usually I go about halfway down bar 3 and then I start my nose. We'll do another tutorial on how I draw things, but for this one, and I've been stuck on it lately, the way I've been liking to do noses is my little circle there, then I'll come down, I give it like a little bottom, and then I'll start with a nostril inside that circle like that, and then we'll just come over and just bring some little ding, doop, beep, beep, like so. So now we have our nose. Like I said, this is going to tell us where everything else should be. Above the nose, in between the top of bar 3 and the middle of bar 3, is going to let us know how big, or like how big the eyes can be. Now again, this isn't like set in stone. You can do whatever the hell you want, but it is a good starting point. And the eyes should start at the tip of each nostril. So we'll go ahead and get some eyes in. Now I do my eyes big. I don't know what it is, but I just love the look of big eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and start some eyes here. We'll do one right there, and then remember it's at the tip, so we'll get some rough little eyes in there, and then let's get some more eyes in right here, and then boom, we've got some eyes. They're a little bit wonky eyes, but eyes nonetheless. All right, so after you get your eyes in, this is a good point to go ahead and get some eyebrows in. Most of the time when I'm doing my eyebrows, I usually do them a little bit too far over, but like I said, things change often when I'm designing my character faces from the front. So we'll go ahead and do one of these, and do one of those, and do one of these. So kind of gonna have that look of just like regular look on her face. We won't go too much into what you're gonna do for different faces. We're just trying to show you guys where the lines are and how to use this method to make faces faster. Okay, so after you finish that, I'm gonna bring a little line down right here. It's about 1/3 of the way on line number 4. Now I do this because I want the mouth and the nose to be somewhat close, and this is where the crease of the mouth will go. So usually I'll go like that and then just start a rough mouth. Now there's a reason why we do it in this order, because the mouth should be as long as where the pupil will go in the eyes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get some rough little pupil ding dongs up in there and we'll go down, and we know that the mouth should go about that far over here and about this far over here. Okay, super rough mouth. And then we'll start our lips just like so. I don't know, maybe we'll make it a little bit lower down for the crease. Now we know where our lips are gonna be. Some crazy lips, but like I said, everything is subject to change, and we know that it's going about that far right there and about that far right there. All right, so when we get to this point, I like to start off the ears, and most of the time in my paintings I'm always changing where the ears are gonna go, so we'll start off. But we have these lines for a reason, and we start in this order for reasons, because the ears should start about the midpoint of the eye and end at the nose. Okay, so start midpoint of the eye, and we're gonna come down, and we know that it ends right around the nose. Okay, now that we have some basic ears in there, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the face and the chin. So like I said, that should be around where the chin stops. Again, everything's subject to change, and we'll go ahead and complete the face right here, and boom, you got a bald-headed lady. She bald-headed out here. Sometimes you just gotta be bald-headed out here. Now, next step that I usually go to is going ahead and then finding out where the hairline is gonna go. And a good tip to finding where the hairline goes is it should be, let's go to the tippy top of your eyebrow and then go to the top of this line right here, line 2, and it's gonna be about at the midpoint is where your hairline is gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this kind of generic, and we'll go ahead and start it right there, and we'll go right there. All right, and that'll kind of let us know where hairline. Starting to look like a face, right? Starting to really look like a face. So after you got that done, you can go ahead and start doing whatever you want with the top of the hair and all of that, and pretty much that's it. That's all that's to it, guys. I'm gonna spend the rest of this time just cleaning stuff up, just so you guys can see my process on how I make a face. So you're gonna see me changing a lot of things, but this is the basics. This is basically all that there is. Sorry it's a little longer of a video than usual, but let's get into it. Gonna kind of give her some sexy eyes. And that is a super rough starting point for your drawings. So what I usually do is, once I have basically this down, I can then go ahead and use some of my transfer paper, like this stuff right here. And what I do with the transfer paper is, most of the time what I'll do is I'll take a picture of my paintings, and then I will bring it into Photoshop, and after it's inside of Photoshop, I will blow it up and then print it out, and then use this transfer paper to put it on something like this, like canvas paper, or I'll use it to put it on whatever surface that I'm using. So it won't have all of these lines all over the place and all super jagged and crazy. I can fine tune it at that point before I go in with the paint job. So yeah, basically that's my process, really sped up. There's so many imperfections to this that I would love to go in and fix, but I don't want you guys sitting here for 30 minutes with one of my paintings. Thanks so much for coming out. Next week we're going to be using this technique to do something hopefully better than last week's painting that I did. Peace, love, guys. Thanks so much for coming out, and I'll catch you next week for some more sweet stuff.